Welcome back to Headlines. It is Thursday, October 10th. I'm Wes Austin, and these are today's top stories. Hurricane Milton hit Florida late Wednesday night. Millions of people are without power, and the current death toll is at 5. But luckily, Kamala Harris is doing all she can to help once she figures out how microphones work. During a live broadcast about Hurricane Milton, Kamala covered her mouth and told her staff, "It's a live broadcast," thinking no one on the Zoom call would hear it. You know, treating a Zoom call like it's a game of peekaboo.
Flood, we really got to watch those areas and those communities. So it takes quite a while for that water to drain.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Ken, I have a question for you. You mentioned...
I know that looks odd, but in Kamala's defense, maybe she was throwing her voice like a ventriloquist. Or maybe she thought that her microphone was muted. Now that would make sense, except for the fact that she then started speaking after that without trying to unmute anything. Some Democrats are trying to defend her by saying that she's used to using different kinds of microphones. Yeah, the microphones that are based on lip reading technology. Nothing screams ready to lead like thinking you can outsmart a microphone by hiding behind your hand. The Afghan national who was arrested for allegedly plotting an ISIS-inspired Election Day terror attack was working for the CIA as a security guard. Multiple sources have confirmed that the man was not a CIA informant and he was here on a special immigrant visa, which means that he was heavily screened by our government before entering the country. Okay, so the federal government's heavy screening does not catch anyone planning a terror attack. Good to know. I'm just relieved that the CIA is maintaining its sterling reputation for impeccable judgment and putting the American people first. So the CIA hired a guy planning a terrorist attack. Big deal. At least they're making sure their workforce is diverse. In New York City, over 150 hotels are being used to house migrants at an average cost of $352 per night. What's next? Migrant spa days and spa treatments? Oh wait, that's probably already included in a $352 per night package. The city's bill for housing the migrants is rising towards $2.3 billion, and City Hall anticipates that 14,000 hotel rooms will be needed until at least the end of 2025, when the total cost will reach almost $6 billion. 150 hotels are being used to house migrants, including 4-star hotels. Funny, I thought the only people who got free stays in fancy hotels were politicians and their donors. In 2017, the FBI mistakenly raided the home of Katrina Martin and her family in Atlanta, Georgia, using flashbang grenades and holding them at gunpoint. They then realized that they had the wrong address, but only after traumatizing Martin, her boyfriend, and her 7-year-old son. So is the FBI kind of like that waiter who won't write your order down? So you guys need to raid the house at 757 Clueless Drive. Okay, got it. Are you sure you don't want to write that down? Nah, it's all up here. Got it up here. Despite the chaos and terror they caused, the FBI simply apologized and then immediately moved on to raid the correct house nearby. Well, it's comforting to know that they had the right address all along, and they just didn't want to bother double checking before the fun started. An FBI raid, it's like speed dating with AR-15s and flash grenades. This isn't a match. Next! The family sued the federal government for damages, but their case was dismissed on technicalities by the district court, which was upheld by the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals earlier this year. They have now filed a petition for review with the U.S. Supreme Court. Look, this happens a lot more than you'd think. So, when the FBI raids your house by mistake, it's like getting a surprise visit from your in-laws, except for with flashbangs and handcuffs. Thanks for watching Headlines. I'm Wes Austin. Good night.